Science tip for boiling eggs. Only use a recipe that tells you to add the eggs to boiling water. The number of minutes you boil your eggs depends on how hard or soft you like them. And there are recipes that give you the exact number of minutes for the specific hardness that you like. But you'll only get the same results as those recipe makers if you start at the same temperature. This is because the variation between people's type of stove, electric versus gas, the size of the burner, the amount of water that's having to be boiled, the size of the pot, the metal that the pot is made of, can change how long it takes for the water to heat up and the amount of time it takes for the eggs to cook. But once the water's already done boiling, it doesn't get hotter than 100 degrees Celsius, aka 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Even though you're still adding heat to the water's letting go of that heat as it vaporizes, and so it stays at exactly that same temperature. So the heating up part is highly variable, and after boiling, it's very constant. Get rid of the variable part and use only the constant part by only following recipes that start by putting the eggs in boiling water. Let's say me and my BFF are both boiling eggs. I have stainless steel cookware that heats up slower, and she has copper cookware that heats up faster. I put my pot on a small burner with less heat that's going to heat up slower, and she puts her pot on a bigger burner that's going to heat up faster. I fill my pot all the way up with water, so there's more water to heat up, which means the temperature will increase more slowly, whereas my BFF is going to use less water, which is going to increase the temperature faster. We're both using the same recipe. That recipe tells us to put our eggs in room temperature water, then put that water on the stove for 15 minutes. The temperature of her water and her eggs will increase much faster than the temperature of my water and eggs, which means that in the same 15 minutes, her eggs will be more cooked than my egg. So the amount of time given in the recipe is pointless because it varies from kitchen to kitchen. However, if the recipe says to wait until the water is already boiling, then it doesn't matter what kitchen you're in, how big the burner is, how much water there is, what kind of material your pot is made of. Because once the water is boiling, we know it's 100 degrees Celsius, aka 212 degrees Fahrenheit. So now you put those eggs in the boiling water and they will cook at the same rate. You're golden.